Hello everyone and welcome to Shyryguygaming. I'm just here looking to talk a little bit about the Nintendo Switch and what we've heard this morning, some rumors. Very excited about these rumors. When the Switch first was revealed, I was excited. I thought it looked really cool, but I really wasn't sure how um, it was going to look visually. As I'm hearing more and more about the Switch and the games and some of the features, I'm starting to feel like that matters less and less. As long as it's able to run a lot of the games that the third parties are releasing on other systems, I do feel that it will be able. The mobility aspect of it will actually play a big role in its success. So I'm getting more and more excited as I hear more and more about it. One thing that has been a little bit upsetting as of late, though, as I'm sure most of you are aware, is that The Legend of Zelda doesn't look like it's going to make launch. Some are saying that it was never delayed, it was just given a date of 2017. Others are saying that it was. Either way, I do believe that it would have been in Nintendo's best interest to launch the system with Zelda, mostly because it was the game at E3 that everyone wanted to play, regardless of what system they currently have, whether they had a Wii U or not. It seemed to be the one that garnered the most attention at E3, so I think that would have been a great title to have at launch in order to bring people in. That being said, it doesn't look like it's going to make it. I'd rather the game be bug free and do what they need to do and launch it a few months later if that's the case, especially when it looks as though a new Mario will be coming for launch. Now, a lot of these rumors come from Emily Rogers, who's fantastic, super accurate, especially as of late, and Laura Kate Dale, who is also tremendous. Both incredible writers, too. And if you don't check them out, definitely do because they're both fantastic. So the new Mario game looks fantastic. It sounds like it's going to be a bit between Mario Galaxy and Mario 64, not like the Mario 3D World, but apparently there could be some multiplayer aspect to it. With someone mentioned a tethering aspect to it, and to me that seems kind of weird. But who knows what that actually means and how far? Basically, it just says that you can't go too far away from the other person, but you can't impede the other person's progress either. And it sounds as if it's going to have a lot of kind of like with 3D World, where whoever got the flag got the crown at the end, or whoever got the most coins. I can't remember what aspect that was that got you the crown, but that to me was always a lot of fun. I used to play that with my sister and my girlfriend, and we would play that game, and it's always a fight over who got the crown at the end. So I do think that kind of cooperative rivalry is a great aspect to Mario 3D World, and I'm glad to hear that it may be coming into the new Mario game in some aspect anyway. With Zelda being delayed though and Mario taking its place, I think that's a great diversion. But I also think another benefit is that one of the rumors again is that Skyrim will be a launch title, even though it hasn't officially been announced. And I believe this is a Laura Kate Dale rumor, and her site is Let's Play Video Games, I believe. So it's apparent that that Skyrim will be a launch title for the Switch, and I think that's great because I do think maybe Zelda would have overshadowed that game a little bit. And the last thing you want to do is take a third party um, third party company that hasn't really supported your system, especially since the Wii U days, and maybe even before, and pair up their adventure game, even though it's I don't know 4 or 5 years old or longer. Pair that up with Zelda at launch because I do think that Skyrim won't, because it's older, won't hold up to Zelda from a consumer standpoint, and I think that could really damage the possibility of future games from that company. And so I do think that that the Zelda delay will play favorably towards that. Having too many top tier first party Nintendo games could really crush the third party opportunity there. So I think that that's actually a good thing in a way. I'd still rather have Zelda for launch, absolutely, but Skyrim has definitely got me excited. That's a game where I started it on 360, really enjoyed it. I got stuck in a dwarven catacomb or something like that, was heavily over encumbered with weight and things, and by the time I came back to the game, because I was sick of it, I was sick of being stuck in that dungeon, I looked through my pack because I was overloaded and I'm just like, what can I get rid of? I couldn't remember which items were valuable and which items were garbage. And I never got back into it. So this is a game that I would go back and play. And I'd love to have that mobile aspect because even though I don't really play outside of my home, a lot of the Wii U games that I played, I beat them because I did actually just sit on the couch while my girlfriend was watching TV and play on the gamepad. So that excites me. I could actually beat that game, and my backlog is pretty ridiculous. So, uh, you know that should be helpful. Another thing that has me excited is Mario Kart 8 with all the DLC, which is fantastic. I still play that game. Another rumor is, and this one's from Emily, I believe, that Mario Kart 8, they are going to fix the battle arena, or make it a battle arena, hopefully. She didn't say that specifically, she just said that Nintendo listened and are looking to make improvements on that. The battle in Mario Kart 8, actually, I just played it for the first time maybe 2 weeks ago, the battle mode. And it is actually fun. It is fun, but it's not like Block Fortress or Block Fort or whatever in Mario Kart 64. Like to this day, that's just an incredible level, and lots of rage quits in my house with that. So I'm excited to hopefully have that back. New characters, sounds like maybe new tracks, new costumes. That to me, that's a ton of value because there's so much content in that game. It looks fantastic. I'm hoping to see some improvement to the visuals. Um, and then Liam Robertson, maybe Robinson. He also mentioned that there's a lot of music in the new Mario Kart 64, or maybe he was talking about tracks. He said tracks, and I thought I went to music immediately, but he must mean courses. So again, another legit guy that I follow on Twitter, always spot on. Well, usually spot on with what he says. I can't think of an example of when he was wrong. So 64 tracks, again, that's a lot of tracks, and I suppose that with 64 tracks, there's probably 64 tunes as well. So maybe I wasn't completely wrong there. But yeah, so that's very exciting. Obviously, there's a lot of information around Smash. Should be coming to the Switch as well, and that's awesome. New characters, hopefully. Ice climbers. Not that I was a big ice climbers guy, but that sounds like a lot of fun. So again, that really does have me excited about the Switch. Whereas when they revealed it, even though I really liked what they showed, I was nervous that the system wouldn't be a success. And the more that I hear about it, Splatoon as a pack-in potentially, the price point $250 US, probably not including Splatoon for that, but let's say $299 US with Splatoon. To me, that sounds like a good price with a lot of value. Splatoon's a fantastic game. Hopefully, if you're launching a game like Splatoon, you have a brand new online infrastructure, something that's user friendly, something that's you know easy to access with chat, voice chat, and everything like that. That would make a big impact. And I think by launching Splatoon, Nintendo's saying, "Come check out what we have from an online standpoint because you're going to be impressed." That's what I'm hoping. They seem to be taking marketing a lot more seriously. I did like that the marketing didn't have any children in it. Not that I have a problem with children, but you know, it's time to. I always believe that when children see older people playing things, they want to play those same things. So it's not that you want to ignore them, but you also should lead your marketing to that older demographic, the demographic that can afford to buy these things, and the ones that are playing them online all the time. So that's really my thoughts on these rumors. It's very exciting. A little bit of speculation here. Again, we know very little about the third-party launch titles. It sounds like Ubisoft's got something going on. Maybe Square Enix with Dragon Quest, maybe a Final Fantasy 15 port. None of that's set in stone. I do believe Dragon Quest was confirmed, but not necessarily at launch. Hopefully Final Fantasy. I'd love to see the mainline Final Fantasies come back to Nintendo. I do have it pre-ordered for PS4. However, I really want to support that relationship between Nintendo and Square Enix, so I would maybe double dip on that one, which is something I almost never do. So that speaks volumes there. Really, I want to see the third parties come back. I think that mobility aspect is going to be enticing for them, but they need to see that the system comes out and sells like crazy right off the bat to give them that inspiration to bring their titles to the Switch. Obviously, you can't forget about EA with their titles. Apparently, a big title is in the works for Switch. Whether it's going to be launched or not, I don't know. And I'm not sure. I mean, it could be FIFA, it could be, whatever. But maybe Titanfall 2. I think that's their game. I'd actually, if it is Titanfall 2, I'd love to see that game on Switch because it's just not in the budget right now, but I'd like to pick it up eventually. I'm hearing great things about it. Nobody's playing it, unfortunately. And some people say that's because of the timing of when it was launched, what it was launched up against. And that may be true, but I did enjoy the first one for what it was, and I'd love to play the new one. I'd love to play it on the Switch. Again, that sitting on my couch and playing on the controller is a big draw for me. That's something that I do find appealing because it allows me to actually play the games and also not disappear into the cave for 4 hours on end. So that's all I really got. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on what is shaping up to be the lineup. I know there's a lot of it that we talked about are Wii U ports, especially when you consider Zelda is a Wii U port. But I think they're not bare bones ports. They're adding a lot of content, so I do think that's exciting. A couple of new titles like Mario. Pikmin 4 is in the launch or sorry, in the first 12 months apparently. So there's a lot coming out, and probably more that we haven't even heard of. Not to mention the third-party titles. To me, I'll probably be picking up Mario, Skyrim, and any of the ports like Mario Kart. If Smash is there at first, I'll pick that up, and Splatoon obviously because I will buy the bundle. So those are probably the games that I'll be picking up. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Love to hear what you guys are going to pick up if you're going to pick it up or if you're deciding to walk away. So anyway, thanks again for joining me on Shyryguygaming, and we will see you next time.